Here are 6 undervalued Dynasty Fantasy Football quarterbacks. I'll let you know where they are being valued versus where I have them ranked for Dynasty. Number 1 is Justin Fields, who on KeepTradeCut.com is valued as a quarterback 18. I have him ranked as my quarterback 8 for Dynasty. Across the last 2 seasons, Fields has played 60% plus of the snaps in 27 games. If you average out these games, he scored 20.01 fantasy points. Just to give some perspective, only 5 quarterbacks this season averaged more than that number. Mixture of dual threat upside was very evident in 2023. He had 4 passing touchdowns in both weeks 4 and week 5, 335 passing yards in week 4, 104 rushing yards in week 11. According to Player Profiler, Fields ranked number 35 in 2023 and number 30 in 2022 for protection rate. So we have upside despite that glaring issue. I feel like there is some uncertainty banked into his rankings by many people. There could be major pluses, though, for 2024. If he stays in Chicago, they can continue to build around him. Should he be traded, teams like Atlanta and Pittsburgh have some solid weapons. Number 2 is Jared Goff. He is being valued as a quarterback 19 on KeepTradeCut.com. I have him ranked as my quarterback 14. Goff averaged 17.8 fantasy points per game in 2023, which was the quarterback 11, 17.1 in 2022, which was the quarterback 14. 4,571 passing yards was number 2 in 2023. 4,438 was number 6 in 2022, upside through the air. 30 passing touchdowns in 2023 was number 4. 29 passing touchdowns in 2022 was number 5, more upside through the air. If you look at Player Profiler's efficiency metrics, he was number 9 in yards per attempt, number 6 in accuracy rating, number 5 in true completion percentage, number 6 in deep ball completion percentage, number 8 in play action completion percentage, number 6 in clean pocket completion percentage, and number 8 in true passer rating. PFF ranked Detroit's O-line number 2 back in January. And Goff has a great young core. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery plays a good role. Jameson Williams has some hope in him still. Number 3 is DeShaun Watson, who is being valued as a quarterback 21 on KeepTradeCut.com. I have him as my quarterback 17. In DeShaun Watson's full games played for 2023, he finished as a quarterback 5 in week 1, the quarterback 27 in week 2, the quarterback 10 in week 3, the quarterback 8 in week 9, and the quarterback 14 in week 10. If you looked at Watson's full seasons played historically, the fantasy points per game and where that ranked, back in 2020, he averaged 23.5 points per game, which ranked number 5, 22 points per game back in 2019, which was the second best, 21.3 points per game, which was the 5th best in 2018. So he had top 5 finishes for 3 straight seasons. Here's some upside and efficiency statistics through his career. 70.2 completion rate on 544 attempts back in 2020, 4,823 passing yards in 2020, 33 passing touchdowns also in 2020, 551 rushing yards in 2018, 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019. Watson and Joe Flacco are 2 very different players, 2 different quarterbacks, but I feel like Flacco's success in 2023 is encouraging for a full Watson season in 2024. At number 4 is Kirk Cousins, being valued as the quarterback 26 on KeepTradeCut.com. I have him ranked as my quarterback 21. Cousins tore his ACL in week 8 in 2023. Weeks 1 through 8, Cousins ranked number 6 in total fantasy points, tied for number 1 in passing touchdowns with 18, and number 2 in passing yards with 2,331. The last 4 seasons, Cousins averaged 19.3 points per game, 18, which was number 11, 19.2, which was number 12, and 20, which was number 11. 2020 through 2022, Cousins has ranged from 4,221 to 4,547 passing yards and from 29 to 35 passing touchdowns. Cousins has an asterisk because we're not sure where he is going to play as a free agent in 2024. If he's back in Minnesota, obviously that's a good thing with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and a hopeful, healthy TJ Hawkinson. Otherwise, there's a lot of QB-needy teams across the league. Number 5 is Daniel Jones, who is being valued as a quarterback 29 on KeepTradeCut.com. I have him ranked as my quarterback 18. He did tear his ACL in November, but he had no other structural damage. He played in 4 games only in 2023. We had a good glimpse of upside. Week 2, he threw for 321 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. He rushed for 59 yards, and he scored a rushing touchdown. He was a quarterback 1 that week for fantasy football. In 2022, with his first season under head coach Dable, Daniel Jones finished number 10 in fantasy points per game with 18.4. He also threw for a career-high 3,205 passing yards, 15 passing touchdowns, rushed for 708 yards, and scored 7 rushing touchdowns. He was very fantasy relevant, and a lot of people forgot. The New York Giants will rank number 16 according to Spotrac and CapSpace for 2024. They have the 6th overall pick, and a lot of mocks have them selecting a wide receiver such as Malik Nabers. The Giants also invested $160 million into Daniel Jones for a 4-year contract and have made it clear he is the guy. And then last at number 6, Russell Wilson. He's being valued as a quarterback 33 on KeepTradeCut.com. I have him ranked as my quarterback 20. In 6 of his 15 games played in 2023, he finished as a top 12 fantasy quarterback. In 2023, Russ had 2 weeks over 300 passing yards, 8 weeks throwing multiple passing touchdowns, and 3 weeks rushing for 44-plus yards. If you look historically, Russell Wilson has had top 12 fantasy finishes in points per game in 2023, 2020, 2019, 2017, 2015, 2014, 2013. 4 seasons over 4,000 passing yards, 4 seasons over 30 passing touchdowns, 5 seasons over 500 rushing yards. The future is uncertain when it comes to the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson, but he will be a starter somewhere. I'm covering sports and fantasy content on a daily basis, so wherever you saw this, make sure you are following.